Okay, and we're back. So I had some challenges there. This thing of mine has been just going slower and slower and slower, and I had to restart. I'm really beginning to wonder if perhaps this vintage ThinkPad of mine has reached its limits, because either YouTube is freaking out or the ThinkPad is, and I get a funny feeling I know which one it might be. But in any event, we're back, we are here, we are clear, and hopefully we'll be ready to continue with this thing. So I had to restart, which is a wee bit of a downer. But not to worry, we'll be here in just a second. Anyway, that's fine. It kind of gives me an opportunity to think about what we're doing here anyway. Let me just stick on a wee coffee. This will be the last hour or so. Okay. So. Alright, are we here? I hope so. I just had a wee thought there. I think I'm going to make the logo for this next site a pyramid, because, or maybe the Sphinx or something. Because when you think about it, nobody cares about who built the pyramids. Ownership is everything. Ownership is everything. And we would do well to remember that. I think that there's a whole lot of developers, maybe even the majority, who think, well, if I build cool stuff, I'm going to be a rock star, And it's just not the case. It's just not the case, unfortunately. So let's let me find a little function here that's going to come in handy, which is called shorten words. Okay. Here it is here. I'm actually tempted to make that a part of the framework because it's really useful. Anyway, we'll just chuck it here for the moment. I'll give it a wee underscore. Okay. So as we look at this, you can see we've got an entry headline. So what we're going to do then is we're going to say box headline is row, actually it's this shorten words on row box headline. And why don't we chuck in 30 and we'll make it that the maximum length goes in here, and then we're going to just echo the box headline and we're going to save. Okay, undefined property box headline. So it would be damn. Entry headline, of course. So entry headline. Entry headline. Here we go. And you can see that that says brand new headline. Now, these dots should only go in if we're above a certain size. So, holy shit. Holy shit. Why is that not working? Brand new headline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's really, really something. Let me echo string length of the string with a die statement. We'll hit send. Okay, so this has got 18. So let's assume that we had said that the limit is 15. What then? Well, echo new die. Holy moly. Well, that's just no right at all. So what I should say then is okay, so the string is, maybe that's the way to go actually. Maybe I should just say that this string is trim string. Now if the string is greater than the thing, then new equals a substring. A sub string. And we're going to have a substring of the string from position 0 going to the string length of the string. I'm going to echo new with a die statement. Going to hit send. Okay. Now, suppose we say from 0 to max length. What then? And then suppose we go like this. Okay, that's good. Well, and I'll make the maximum length 30. Perfect. So that's our box headline. That's our default box headline. Now, heading back to the page. Oh, you miserable bastard. I wanted to get these other versions that I could check up. Alright. What the fuck? Okay. Populate box. Nah, it's no happening. Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So, let's just keep on moving forward. So as we look at our API, we are building the data here. Now I'm going to say row box headline is that. Then I'm going to hit send. And now we've got a box headline here. Now, let's think in terms of these different bits and pieces that we might want to add, such as maybe something like this. Okay. So let's think in terms of this. There you go. Okay. Good. So here's what we'll do. Let's say JSON row true, and we'll just hit send. So there it is right there. And it says here we've got one important event. So I'm going to say if is set row loading up event type, then row box headline is row event type, and I'm going to hit send. Good. So that's that. Now another thing that we could look at is the sentiments ID. If row sentiments ID is 2, then row box headline is good news. Let's go back to the important event one again. Okay. Okay. So we're figuring out so the box headline is good news. Now if the sentiment is 3, then we're going to have a thumbs O down, and it's going to say bad news. So we've taken care of all of that stuff. Now here Well, we've got this. Going to chuck in a little icon and then close it off. That's good. So we're completely figuring out what this thing should actually say. Good. Right, good. Now, the event type, if event type equals important event, then this icon is going to be this. If event type is, now let's have a wee look at the event types. So we've got appointment and then we've got launch. So I'll just say appointment. So if the event type is an appointment, we'll have that. If the event type is a launch, we'll do that. Now the icons, if it's a launch, it's this bullhorn thing. If it's an appointment, it's the handshake thing. So that's FA, hand, shake, O. And I think that's pretty good. Okay. So now let me look at the sentiments ID. Okay. So right here, I'm saying if we've got an event type, what do we do? Well, each of these things should actually be inside a div. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to make a little div up, and then we'll do that. Now it would appear that these divs should all have links, so maybe something like that. And then here we're going to say this icon, and here event type. Good. Let's turn this into a link and shut it off here. And then we'll do the exact same thing with this. Okay, good. Okay, good. Now, this should say box headline also equals. And then we'll hit send. Okay, so I feel as if that's a mistake up here. Maybe not. Right, what on earth is going on? Okay, so there's clearly a syntax error somewhere. It has to be here. Is this where the syntax error is? No. Ah, I can see it. Curly bracket. Okay, here we go. Event type on line 85. So that is going to be row, event type, submit. Okay, so the box headline is that. Important event and good news. Excellent. So now we are going to get a day theme. So row loading up day theme equals this, and I'll just say get day theme, and we'll pass in this row here. So we're going to build a wee thing down here called get day theme that takes in a day object. I'm going to echo hello, and we'll go like that. Good. Now let's look at our day object. JSON day object true. So okay. Right. So I'm going to say Okay. So I'm going to say box headline is day object loading up box headline, and I'm going to echo the box headline. There you go. Now, if is numeric, string position of FA star, if that is numeric inside the box headline, I'm going to echo good news ahoy. Right, position is string position. String position of FA star inside box headline. var dump position. Die statement. False. Right, I have to flip this. There you go. So I'm going to say if is numeric position, then, well, that means that the day theme is good day theme, theme good news. There you go. We'll assume that the day theme is empty. So we do that, and it's good news. Now, if we then say position 2 is FA, now we've got a thing called thumbs down O. It's this little beauty here. Thumbs down O. If that is numeric, we're going to have theme bad news. Good. Now, I want news to be the most important thing, because I'm a positive kind of a guy. So news will have the last word, and I'm gonna return day theme. Good. Now let's event theme start, event theme end. Okay. So we'll JSON the day object true, and we'll hit send. Okay, so we've got the sentiment taken care of. So now it's the event type. So if is set day object loading up event type, then day theme is, well, we can do a switch statement. So we can say switch day object event type. So if the event type is appointment, then our day theme is going to equal theme appointment. There's going to be 2 more of these. If our theme is important event or launch, there you go. So we'll say theme important event and then theme launch. Good. So let's just echo day theme with a die statement. Okay, so that's important event, which is 100% right. Okay, good. Good. So now I have figured out how to calculate themes. And let me tell you, I'm really happy with that. So now, where we've got it saying box headline, I think I'll change that. Let's say box text, or more accurately, box inner HTML. There you go. Ah, you fucker. 129. Here we go. Good. Right, that's excellent. So, how are we feeling? We are feeling damn good. Because now we have our month data coming across here. And I think that it's looking rather good. So that is our calendar looking fantastic. Let's now, well, not really, but the API is looking fantastic. So now I'm going to go back to the calendar here. And I'm going to open up the inspector. Okay. Now, if we take our API here, there you go. Our API is now going to produce all of that stuff, which is going to be picked up by our calendar here. Excellent. Now, as we go to the calendar, and there is a thing on the calendar here called Populate Box. Well, this is all JavaScript, of course. So what we can do is we can say new content equals, and it's going to be month data dot, and we're looking at box inner HTML, box inner HTML, and as we refresh the page, ha 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 ha, how you like me now? Now let's not celebrate too much, because I think we do need a wee bit of CSS here somehow. I think actually maybe we should add a class of day tag onto this thing. So I'm going to go back over here. And for all of these things, for the box inner HTML, we know that it's a div. So let's just say that the row loading up box inner HTML is string replace. We're going to replace div with a div and a class of box. I think, was it box tag? I can't even remember. Row box inner HTML. What was it called again? What the hell was it called? It was called box tag. So that's what we return. Let's now go back here and refresh. Inspect. Well, I must tell you, man, I don't quite get that. I don't get why that wouldn't work. Don't get it. But we can certainly figure it out. If I go to the calendar and then here, day tag. It's not box tag, it's day tag. Refreshing it. There you go. Now the only downside, of course, is that, well, let's face it, it looks kind of shite. And why is that? It's because one of them is a link and one of them is not a link. And the funny thing is, I think I like the ones that are not links. So perhaps there is a case for taking out these links here. Who needs them? Who needs them? Not me. Which is a surprise. I thought I was going to need those. So we'll save. Have a refresh. Ah, you fucking cunt. Forget it. Excuse my language. That was not me. So, jeez, why? Why? Oh, fuck. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so we've got day tag with a circle. Then we've got day tag here. I got you. Right, okay, so what we have to do then is on calendar, yeah. On populate, we're going to say var orig inner HTML equals. Now that is going to equal our target box dot inner HTML, but we're going to say var new inner HTML equals the original inner HTML plus. So I'm joining on the new content. Then I'm going to say target box dot inner HTML is new inner HTML and return. There you go. Okay, that's good. That is really, really good. And then there's one other thing that we have to do. You can see here that we've got a thing called day theme. So I'm going to say if month data, now it's called day theme, does not equal an empty string, then target box class list dot add month data day theme. There we go. And we're going to refresh. And if we right click and inspect here, you'll see that we've got a theme of good news right here. So now we're going to go to the members area, and I'm smiling because I've nailed this. Theme good news is going to have a background color of lime. And look at that. Haha. That is fucking beautiful. So we're going to have some different themes. I'm going to just go through all of the different themes. So I'm going to say that the day theme is theme bad news, and let's make up a wee thing for theme bad news. The background color for that is going to be red. Now actually red's a wee bit severe, so I'll make it tomato. There you go. There you go. And we're going to also have other themes in here. So we're going to have day theme equals. So we've got two others. We've got theme appointment. So I'm going to go like this. And now, this is the easy stuff. I'm going to make a theme appointment. Oops. And for this one, I'll just say background colors gold. Yeah, gold's fine. So that's our theme appointment. I've got two more to do. Day theme equals theme important event. Now for theme important event, I'm going to say that the background color is cyan. So that's going to look like that. And then finally, there is one more theme. Day theme equals theme launch. And I'm going to say that for theme launch, The background color is blue. And let's also say that for theme launch and theme launch FA, the color is going to be white. Okay, now that FA is a .FA, of course. Damn. Theme launch. Theme launch. What the hell? Alright, I think I just need to say gold important because there's something else overwriting it. There you go. And gold is good, you know. Gold is good. And I'm going to make the color navy. There you go. Now when we have a launch theme and we hover, the background color is going to stay navy. There you go. That's really, really great. And believe it or not, that is just about it. Everything from here on in is pretty much just tweaking, you know. So for example, if I go like this, I'm going to create a new diary event or a new entry, and I'm just going to say, here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Couple of new lines. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. I'm going to hit submit. So there's my diary entry. Now if I go back to the calendar, you miserable fucker. Why the hell did that not come in? Oh, jeez. Well, the Trongate user ID is 2, that's for sure. So it must be so the month data, unfortunately, needs a wee bit of work here. So let's look at the bit that says build month data. Okay, so I'm going to echo. Actually, let's go up the top. And I'm just going to echo count rows with a die statement. 4 rows. Shit. Oh, I think I know what's happened. Let's just go in here and we'll browse the diary entries. Now, that is definitely saying 26 for date created. So let's try an alternative query. Let's say SQL is select all from diary entries where oh gee. Alright, let me open up this query builder. Okay, I'm going to try this again. So if we get diary entries and we join that to Trongate users, to members, to event types and events. Okay, a whole lot of shit here. So let's assume that we start from the member code which we've got. No. Right. So we've got Trongate users. And the Trongate user ID is attached to diary entries. That is just a fact. And members is attached to Trongate users. Diary entries is attached to diary entry ID. And event types is attached to event types ID. Right, so I think that is the chain of events. Now, you have to do these, as far as I can tell, a certain way. So you start from the left and we go like this. So that's an inner join. And that's an inner join. And then that is a left outer join. And that is also a left outer join. Right. Now, the things that we're going to want here will be the entry headline, the sentiments ID, the event title, the event type. So headline, sentiments ID, blah blah blah. Right, okay. So we'll show that and we'll copy it. Take a trip here. Let's now whack this in. Hit go. Ah, right, okay. Now that is giving us four of these. So if we go to edit and then say group by, and we're going to group by diary events .id, then hit go. Ah, you miserable basket case. Well, let's keep on going. Group by diary entries ID. That's what I meant. Ah, now there you go. There's your query. There's the query. So the real mistake that I made two mistakes with my SQL here. The first one was I did an inner join on the event types when I should have done a left join, or whatever the hell it's called, a left outer join. And my other mistake was that I should have done a group by. So let's now go back to the calendar here and refresh. Okay, it's back over to the API now. We're gonna hit send. You have an error in your SQL. No, I've no. Ah, of course. So that bit goes like that. Then we do the group by like that. Undefined property, date created. So we're going to say diary entries, date created. Hit send. There you go. HTML, JSON, and I think that's looking quite good. So let's try again. There you go. Perfect. Now that gives us an opportunity to sort out the shorten words feature that we made. Here it is here. Now in the past, I had given shorten words a maximum length of 30. Let's bring it down now. Funnily enough, maybe we'll just keep it as it is. Maybe we will. Doesn't do any harm, you know. Okay, so if I click here, I go again on my own. There it is. And I can return to the calendar. There it is. Now, let's imagine that this one is actually bad news. So we'll do that and hit submit. And then return to the calendar. And now you can see that it is actually bad news. What bothers me though is that we've still got this stupid link here. There you go. Now, we're going to do a little bit of styling. Theme bad news. Okay. So for bad news, the color, you miserable, here you go. The color is going to be all the E's. All the E's. Here we go. All the E's. Okay, let's just save and refresh. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That's really good. And you know, maybe I will use this shorten words thing after all. Why not? Why not? Let's try 10. Here I go. 15. Here I go again. Perfect. And when we have theme bad news and we hover, the background color is going to stay tomato. In fact, I can do this all in the same line. Like that. Add in a little important. There you go. And so now, that's pretty darn good. Now, where we've got our theme launch, okay, so we can do exactly the same thing. So we can say for theme good news, hover, color is going to stay lime. Go to France. Theme good news, hover, color lime. Let's just add in important. There you go. So now I'm hovering and it's behaving. That's good. And I am going to add in these other ones as well. So if we do that and then chuck in important, same with these ones. Okay. So, I mean, it really is instantaneous, isn't it? It's so fast. So let's try another. Let's imagine that we've got a new diary entry here. And this one is going to say, my big launch. And I'll just say, here we go. Now, this is going to be a submit case. There it is. If we go back to the calendar, it just says my big launch. But I'm going to now go into it. And I'm going to add a new diary event. The event title is going to be, let's just say website launch. I'm just mucking about here. So that is going to be a launch which goes here, and my bedroom event description, this is the big one. I'm going to submit it. So that page looks pretty nice. And then I'm going to go back, and you can see that the launch is now coming in blue here, which is really quite good. Oh. I got a phone call. Hello. Hi, how you doing? I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, 7:30 did you say? Okay, aye, I'll get ready now. Alright. Alright, brilliant, I'll see you then. Okay. Alright. Okay, cheerio now, bye. Okay, now the nice thing about this is that I'm able to, now that I can see the thing in front of me, I can now do, I think, some pretty cool stuff. For example, I can say, my big launch, which is pretty cool, right? I'll do a few more. I got fired today. So, I got fired. Bad news. Okay, we're going to go back to the calendar. And you can see it says I got fired. Bad news. And then let's imagine that we've got an interview on the 22nd. So you could say, interview ahoy. I have an interview coming up. Now I'm going to hit submit. And then I'm going to update it. And I'm going to create a new event. The event type is job, interview, an appointment. We go like this. Now I'm going to go back to the calendar. And you can see that that's highlighted and it says interview ahoy appointment. And if I click on it, it will show you I have an interview coming up, and then you see the interview details here. There's a whole lot more that could be done with this, but I think that the general concept is good. And then you could say Let's do another event. Hello you. We'll do that. So we'll update this entry and we'll create a new diary event. And for this one, I'll just say that there's an important event. Let's just imagine, for example, it's renew domain. So that's all looking good. And as we return to the calendar, there's that. Man, I'm good. And it's an absolute bullet. It's really, really good. Now I could make it even better by shortening the query and getting it just bringing in results within a certain range. But we can leave that for another day. Alright, well I think that's me. And I think that was a pretty cool day. I like it. I like it a whole lot. Doesn't that look fantastic? So here's an ordinary diary entry. I'll just say, Dear Diary, whatever. Submit. And now if I take you back to my calendar here, there's my ordinary diary day. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that absolutely awesome? It's so nice, you know, just building your own stuff, man. It really is nice, you know. Let's face it, Google Calendar's a bit slow anyway, right? So I'm feeling quite good about this. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you got something from this. I've still got a few tweaks to go, but quite frankly, I'm sick looking at it. But we are going to do that. Now I've got the calendar now displaying. I've got the themes displaying. And I'm also going to have to do delete events. Have I got edit events working? I think I have. So there you have it, folks. That's going to do me. Thank you so much for being here. This has been, although it doesn't look like it, I started about 9 this morning. So it might have been 10. So this has been a 9-hour live stream. I have enjoyed every minute and I wish I could do another 9 hours. But unfortunately, there's a little lady who needs some attention. I don't mean that in a dodgy way. So I think I'm going to just hit the road. Thank you so much for everything. And just one other wee thing here. Okay. There you go. It's just beautiful. Okay. Let's change the tomato thing to red. Good. Alright, kids. Now, just before I go, one last thing. What does dark red look like? Nah, we'll go with the ordinary red. Okay, folks. Well, thanks again for passing by. This has been good. This has been really good. And thank you so much. Robert says looks great. Love it, great job. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I think that this is going to be helpful. I mean, I'm doing this for practical reasons. I'm doing a... I'll tell you what it's for just before I go. I'm launching a course soon, another course, you know. And the course is going to be on how to run a web develop or how to start a web development business from scratch. And I'm not going to be just talking about it and saying blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be doing it. And I'm going to have a dated and time-stamped calendar with everything that I'm doing. And you'll be able to follow live. And everybody who joins gets their calendar as well. So you can do it as well. And I'm going to attempt to get up to $10,000 a month within 3 months or less. And I think that if I can do that from scratch with no portfolio, no client references, I don't want a portfolio. None of the bullshit that everyone else has. And if I can do this and prove that you can start a friggin' business and bring in 10 grand a month, that will be a damn good course, you know. So that's what this is all about. And hopefully you will be able to use this and you'll have your own calendar, you know. There's also going to be a whole bunch of other assets for people who join, but I'll talk about that another day. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Bless you to the highest. Have a great night. I may be back tomorrow. I possibly will. I don't know. But have a great night anyway. And, you know, think positive things and all of that. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers now.